Hi everyone, welcome to Family Time with Blessing Your Friend. I'm so much grateful that you have kept with us and we are here once again. Today we are going to share about life skills, and I'm going to share with you about the leadership skill that your children need to be empowered to be the better leaders of tomorrow. Of course, you have groomed these children and you're parenting them, but I'm very sure you're looking at their tomorrow. They are going to be mothers, they are going to be fathers, they are going to be caretakers, they are going to be leaders in organizations, they are going to be business people, and I am very sure you as a parent, that's your dream. You would want to see your children come out as better, responsible citizens. One of the skills that parents we have not paid attention to, and yet it is one of the top and the core skill that our children must not miss during this time when they are still teenagers, when they are still youths, when they are still with us at home, is the leadership skill. Leadership skill is when you engage your children and get them involved in doing certain things at home that are going to make them get experience, of which this experience is going to help them when they grow to make decisions. And I'm going to share with you about certain things that you have to do. Allow your children to take charge so that tomorrow you as a parent, when you have grown and you are now an old person and maybe you can no longer take charge and responsibility of the things maybe that you have done, your son and your daughter can be able to take from there and take the responsibility you have been doing. As a father and a mother, one of the things that we have to teach our children is to empower them to take charge of home. In the morning when you leave home, you leave your home in hands of maybe house helpers, and this time your children are also maybe there. Have you ever been responsible to allow your children to also take charge of home, so that when you come back in the evening, that hour when you're returning from work, you find what the children have done, how you left the home and how it is? And one of the things that we want them to take charge is for the young ones. Allow your children to take care of the young ones. Allow your children to take care of these younger siblings, because it is from there that they are going to learn on how they will take care of their children when they grow, and now they are responsible fathers and mothers. So please trust your children with the young ones, and then in the evening when you come, you are able to do an assessment to see how you left the young ones and how you have found them. Have they taken lunch? Did they take their breakfast? Have they prepared the tea? Have they bathed them? Did they take care of their clothes? What have they done at the end of the day? Children love rewards. Don't forget I told you about motivating our children in some of our episodes, that when children are given rewards, then they get to understand that what they are doing is right. So as a parent, I encourage you that from today, make your children be fathers, make your children be mothers. Let them be responsible for their young ones. Let them be responsible to help their young ones grow, to help their young ones take care of the clothes, to help their young ones wash the utensils, to help their young ones do certain activities that are of their age at home. That is one of the things that you cannot miss out, because it is going to help and empower your son and your daughter to be able to take charge of their own families once they are out of your hands and maybe they have set their own homes. Another thing is taking charge of the expenses at home. We all spend on water bills, we spend on electricity bills, we spend on minor bills at home. But as a father and as a mother, one of the responsibilities that I encourage you from today to start doing is to allow your son and your daughter to be responsible, take care of these bills. Let them understand that you are spending on them, and let them also understand how they can improve on utilization. Because for example, you find children who open taps and they make the water keep on going. You also find children who switch on power during day when the power is not being used at home, but it is being spent. So it is your responsibility to empower your son and your daughter that no, there is an increase on our water bill. What could have taken place? What wrong is happening here? So when you engage your son and your daughter in this, you have already finished it, because you are able to measure and to weigh what have you been doing, what have they stopped doing, what have they started doing, so that you are able to sit on a round table with them and allow them understand that they are responsible for these expenditures. You are empowering them meanwhile to be leaders. So if they are able to take care of the expenses, take care of the young ones, and then also to take care of home, you are already planting a seed in them. You are already putting a discipline in them, of which this discipline is going to bring you good results at that age when they are getting out of your hand. I would also encourage you to allow your children to take decisions, more especially when you get visitors at home. Sometimes visitors come in when you're not around, maybe the relatives, and then your children are the ones at home with the house helpers. You as a mother and a father, before you make a phone call, before you follow up, before you advise them what to do, first wait and see what is their plan. Ask that boy of yours and that girl, what do you think we are supposed to do? So what are you going to do for the visitors? So that you are able to look at their decisions, so that you are able to look at their step they want to take, and then you can come in and bring in your own. You call it small, but once you plant it in your children, you are empowering them with leadership skills, and then tomorrow we expect to have better leaders out of them. Of course, you understand leadership starts at home. Once home has not empowered a child to be a good leader, you have lost it all, because it is at home that children can do a lot, whereas the schools also contribute and a community, but a home is a core empowerment factor to these children. I would also want us to take advantage of our children taking responsibility of caring for their own. As a child, do they raise their mosquito nets? Do they know how to organize their clothes? Do they know how to take care of themselves? If they are on medication, do they know how to give themselves medication? Or have you ever taken chance and responsibility to see and ensure that your children are taking in the first steps? Because it is from there that they are going to be leaders, cheerful leaders. I am meaning an active and responsible leader. And leadership starts with you, the parents. In our program of Family Time, we are looking at how we are able to bring in these skills to our children, because we believe that if leadership has been planted down from down here, if you plant it and groom this child as a leader, the way you are grooming this child, you are of course very sure that tomorrow your responsibilities over this child are going to be less. But if you have ignored your first role as a parent to implement and to also groom this child with these skills, trust me, what you have not groomed will disturb you when they have grown. These are the families where you find that the boys and girls are running back at their parents, even for very small and minor issues. So let's empower our children to be good leaders. I expect you, dad and mom, and I, and the community to take this responsibility, because once we groom good leadership skills in our children, then we are sure we are going to have better and responsible leaders. Of course, not forgetting that we have to teach our children to accept, because sometimes one of the challenges we find is that our children compete, but they don't want to accept. So if you have not empowered your child to accept others also to take lead, it means this child is going to compete in the society, and out of that extreme competition, we get bipolar disorders and mental illness diseases, and at the end of the day, we get leaders that are not the quality. Thank you so much. Do not forget to prescribe to our social media platforms. Family Time with Blessing on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We shall always bring you more and better discussions that are going to groom our homes, to groom our families. Of course, I always tell you, when you have a better family, you have a better leader, you have a better future, you have a better country, and that is what we are looking at. Thank you so much. Please keep on the notification on so that everything we discuss, you are always alerted and you can always watch and we enjoy together. Bye.